weekend that we all look forward to, an extra hour of daylight in the evening to enjoy.
Oh, that's right. Time to spring ahead, moving into the new season. With the change in clocks brings some reminders about some of the hazards that the change in seasons can bring.
Yes, so we've invited Michael McLear of Escape Fire Prevention and Education to show us how to put together a home safety kit for spring. You know, you always say, be prepared.
That's right.
Because it's not like when something happens, you can be scrambling.
That's right.
Get ready.
And we always talk about in the fall, the emphasis is change the batteries in the smoke alarms, change the batteries in the carbon monoxide alarms. That's still important this time of year.
Every 6 months.
Absolutely.
Those time change days are really nice to be able to do that.
Great
so have
reminder.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Twice a year, you pop in a new battery and you're good to go.
But the spring campaign also focuses on making sure that we're prepared, and especially as Storm Team 8 mentioned this morning, we may be seeing some severe weather or at least some storms later on today. We want to make sure that families have those safety items on hand. So we have a various display of items here, including first aid kits, lanterns, battery-operated lanterns, because some people, when the power goes out, will resort to using candles or kerosene-type lanterns, and those may not be safe, especially around young children. There's a chance of burns or even a chance of causing a fire.
Or carbon monoxide, even with some of those. You know, and the striking thing is, you walked in this morning, I live weather, okay? Weather is my life, and I was thinking, I have to get all the flashlights and make sure the batteries are all working and everything. Just good to have one by every sleeping member of your family.
That's right.
Because you never know when you're going to have a problem in the night. Tell us about some of these lanterns. The technology is amazing.
It is amazing. I was really impressed with some of the new technology out there. The lanterns can light up a whole room.
Oh my goodness.
The LED lighting is much brighter and actually a lower draw on the battery itself, so that the lantern can stay illuminated for a much longer time, longer than the older style lanterns that we used to be accustomed to when many of us went camping and things like that. We want to make sure that families also think about preparedness if they have to go to a severe weather shelter, either their basement or elsewhere, because there are times when we're going to be in those shelters for an extended period of time during watches or even warnings, and we want to make sure that children are occupied. We could have things like the coloring books or activity books that we have.
Great idea. That's very important.
You bet. And also our fire safety calendar, that we have a lot of good safety tips and safety information that families can look at throughout the year, but also children can take a look and families can use those as items while they're in their severe weather shelter.
Right. I know, in having a fire plan, this also, I'm sure it's actually important to talk with family members about what's going to happen in these situations. Not so everybody is kind of like, what do we do? It's more like, this is where we're going.
That's right.
This is what we're going to do.
And Terry, as you reported last year in Ionia, those types of situations with flooding or where we need to evacuate very quickly, we need to have a plan to think about our pets or our animals. So Jake, the fire safety dog, is an animal that we want to make sure everybody has a chance to think about those plans. Jake is a service animal. He actually can go places that most animals can't, most pets can't.
Sleeping.
I don't know if he is or not.
Put him asleep. I felt kind of bad.
But we want to have those plans in place so that, again, if families do need to leave, if they need to go to a motel, they need to know ahead of time if there's an extended power outage or an emergency evacuation in the neighborhood because of storm damage or a gas leak or something like that. What are they going to do before those situations
Have
take
your
place?
pet food ready, too.
It's a great idea. And, you know, several years ago, there was a change in Michigan state law. Every school in the state has 2 tornado drills a year so that everybody knows. Good idea to do those in your home as well, just so everybody knows where's our meeting place, where do we go, where do we stay safe. You're going to give away a couple of to our viewers.
We're very excited about that. We want to make sure that we work together, and we want to give a few items away to the viewers. And that's all going to be good safety information. We'll even include our Emergency Care and Safety Institute first aid book, both the pocket guide and the full version, so families have a better idea. We always encourage as well that families be trained in CPR and first aid so that they're prepared for any type of emergency situation. When there is an emergency, sometimes emergency services can be overwhelmed. Fire rescue or emergency services may not be there as quickly during emergency events.
So be ready.
Exactly.
We're going to put the list, the names of all these items on our website, so you can check that out and you can get stocked up and get ready.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate it. And by the way, head to woodtv.com, click on the Storm Teammates section, review our safety plan. Great information to have on hand any time of the year. Thank you.
And thanks to Jake.
Thank you.